Hey everybody, Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel. Hey, in today's tool review, we're going to review these Spud Studs here. And if you've never heard of these before, these Spud Studs are basically these 8-inch long stainless steel nails that you can poke in through your potatoes. They help your potatoes cook quicker. Okay, so these are 8-inch food grade stainless steel Spud Studs. And what's important to point out here is that remember that these are stainless steel. You should avoid the aluminum nails that other companies might produce because people have health concerns about them. And when you cook with those aluminum nails, they tend to blacken the inside of the potato or whatever food you're going into. So people are concerned that that could be a health issue if you don't remove all of that blackened material from inside the cooked food. Okay, and as you look here, you can tell that these are manufactured and packaged here in the United States of America. How do I know that? Because I know the guys that make this. So actually, if you're not familiar with our other channel here on YouTube, we have the channel called carbuyingtips.com, where we've also had the website there since 1999. We've been educating and protecting you, the American car buying public, from all sorts of car dealer scams and buying new cars, used cars, financing and leasing. And so my partners there had actually invented this out of a necessity that came up a few years back. And so what makes this better than the others is that this is 8 inches long. And if you go to buy like the Weber ones, I think they're either 4 inches or 6 inches. You'll see all sorts of product sizes out there. But this is an exclusive here. These are 8 inches. And so these will pierce and go all the way through pretty much most of the potatoes that you'll ever use. And also you can use this on sausage, hot dogs. Okay, so now you can also use these Spud Studs on sweet potatoes. And you can see we've got a large potato here, so if you stick around later on in the video, we're going to show you some great insider tips on how to cook these large potatoes better. Okay, so I will put links to these down below in the video description for you too. These are our Amazon links, and as you know, we get a commission every time you order something from Amazon. That's what helps support our channel, and we thank you very much for that support. That enables us to keep going out and buying more and more tools to do tool review videos for you and all of the production costs that are associated with it. Okay, so let's open one of these up and let's see what we get here. So inside each one of these tubes, when you order one, you get 4 8-inch stainless steel food grade. And then the label is your instructions too. If you pull out the label out of the tube, and you open it up here, your instructions are on the back here. Very easy to follow instructions. Okay, now, you know, like Fire Marshal Bill would say, let me show you something. Well, I want to show you just a little safety precaution here. Let me show you something! Because this is a very sharp point, you're going to come up through the bottom of the potato and go all the way through the top. So as you can imagine, you want to keep your hands away from where the nail's going. So keep them curled around like this. Don't put any finger up like the top here because you're going to poke out through the top, right? You don't want to hit your finger. So keep everything like this, and you just start at the bottom here. Okay, so once you get it started in, you can just push it right up through and see how it comes right up the top like that. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a pretty good insider tip here. So I have a bigger potato, and same thing as before, we're just going to get the nail started in there. So we're just going to tap it onto this wood block here. Okay, and just another safety precaution, just like before, hold your fingers here, don't let your finger come here, because you're going to be tapping this through, and it's going to poke through with some force out the top. See that? When I use this, I prefer to have the nail sticking out equally on both ends there, see that? So as you're doing this and you get more used to this, when you're doing your tapping, you'll know when to stop. You don't tap until this goes all the way up into the bottom of the potato. You'll know to stop like right when it gets there, and you're at equilibrium distance on either side there. So what's the benefit of this? Why should we order one of these things? Well, right off the bat, what I can tell you is that because this is a steel nail going right through the core of your potato, it speeds up the transfer of heat into the core of your potato there. And at the same time, we're putting 2 holes in there. So you no longer have to sit there with your fork and stab a whole bunch of holes in there that are just going to ooze out and leak everywhere. That's particularly problematic when you're doing sweet potatoes. But anyway, here you're going to just have a little bit of oozing coming out on either end here, and it's going to evaporate for the most part on either end. So it helps get a lot of the moisture out of the potato so that it's not all soggy on you. So this significantly will speed up the cooking time of your potato. Okay, now as I promised you earlier, I have a good tip here for cooking a large potato. So this is like the largest one I could find in our batch here. And what we're going to do is use 2 of the Spud studs. And we'll come in from one end like this, and we won't go all the way through with it. And we'll come in from the other end with the other stud, and it won't go all the way through too. But you'll have them both coming out of both ends, but even more importantly, they're both reaching the core of the potato and cooking their section of the core. Okay, so here it is up close, so you can see exactly what we're talking about here. So both of these nails will just stick out, but they won't pierce all the way through the potato. They'll be just like that. So now you'll have 2 heating elements inside of your potato. Okay, so we'll get it started here. I'm just going to get it started and do a little love tap on there. And remember, I'm not going to go all the way through with it. It might take you a couple of times of doing this to get used to it, but I think we'll just stop right there. Okay, so here's our expert inventor, Carol, who is going to show you how to do it right for the second. There you go. Okay, now I noticed this poke through here.
That allows the steam to escape as the baked potato cooks.
Okay, so we are now ready to stick these in the oven and test them out. Okay, now just a safety precaution, remember you cannot put these in the microwave oven because these are metal, right? These nails are metal. You can't put any metal in a microwave oven ever. So these can only be cooked either in your oven or out on your grill. Okay, so I have the oven preheated to 400 degrees. We're going to just slide these in here and see how it works. Soft, you know. Okay, so now that we've taken these out of the oven, you can tell they're done because when you push in, it'll give a little bit. That's how you tell your potatoes are ready to be eaten. These are still nice and steaming hot. Now you can wait till these cool down before you pull the nails back out, or some people also prefer to use a pot holder to pull these out as well.
Just screw right up. And then you can cut the potato and see that it's soft and done. And then these I wipe them usually with a rag or sponge, and they can even run in the dishwasher to sterilize them for the next time.
It's a good idea to wash these before you use them the first time. And the sooner you wash them after you pull them out of the potatoes, the easier they'll clean off for you as well. And these are also dishwasher safe. Okay, so with best practices, you should probably set your temperature at about 425. That's what we find works the best. And it should take about 45 minutes to an hour depending on the size of your potato there. So anyway, I hope you're finding this video useful so far, and if you are, hey, would you do us a favor, please? Could you give us a thumbs up down below that tells us that you like us? And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, man, what are you waiting for? You see all of the other great tool review videos that we do for you, where we do drop testing on water testing of all sorts of tools, and we put them through the ringer. And we also have all sorts of world-class remodeling videos for your kitchens and your bathrooms and tiling, all just for you folks. So make sure you click on that subscribe button down below, and when you do that, click that little gray bell icon next to it. That tells YouTube to alert you whenever we upload a video so you never miss a single one. That's it for this week, and we'll see you on the next one.